government involvement in student loans has just completely screwed up college forever. Because now, I mean, colleges now have a profit incentive to make it as expensive and as long as possible for people because they know that people can pay for it. And if everybody believes that, this is necessary to get a decent job, then I'm gonna take on that sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
I just think it's totally backwards. And
I'm
it's really sad to see fellow young people call for more involvement from the government in student loans because it's just going to make this problem worse. And I understand that, we're all very self-interested. I get that. But think about your children. Think about the money you're going to spend in the future on their college education if you continually get the government involved in student loans, especially if they're getting forgiven. That's just going to make it 1,000 times worse. But I don't think I don't know if people have made the connection yet because I don't think we're taught the history of why college is so expensive. We just know it's expensive.
Yeah, and there's no free lunch, right? So a lot of people don't realize that if we promote this idea of like universally affordable education, one thing we learn in economics is that because resources are scarce, because there's not enough, like people always want more of the resources that are out there, they don't have enough. There's going to be competition. Sometimes that competition is price competition, people buying and selling things. That's what we have. I'd say like 90% of the United States, our colleges are still kind of negotiated on price terms. But if you get rid of prices and you get rid of people competing on economic terms, the competition doesn't go away. It's just different. So if you go to a lot of places, a lot of countries where education is like totally free, paid for by the government, the competition that happens there is academic. And so a lot of people can't go to college because they just can't make the cut in terms of the standardized tests and stuff. Like this is like the Chinese system. You don't have to pay a whole lot of money to get into college, but it's decided by like 14 if you're actually even allowed to go to college, right? You have to ration on some angle. And so, yeah, you can ask for free education all day long, but that doesn't mean the competition is going to go away.
That's crazy.
Right. I think that even more than students, probably universities are probably happier at the idea of debt cancellation because they will be allowed to skyrocket tuition prices. They could double it, triple it.
Absolutely.
It would not even matter. It would literally not even matter. It's the same argument that like people like Nina Turner or AOC make when they're like $20 minimum wage, $30 minimum wage. Why not 60? Why not 100? Like, where does it end? Why would it ever end? Literally, why would it ever end if you could raise it to any arbitrary amount? And people will say, well, the cost of living has inflated. Like, why can't we, cancel debt or raise minimum wage? And I would just make the argument that you can't cancel debt. That's a fallacy. It's only transferred. Somebody's going to owe it. Like you said, Peter, there's no such thing as free lunch. It'll get transferred. We'll all have to pay for it. And yeah, it'll just go on the backs of hardworking people, blue collar people, people who never went to college or never took out loans in the first place or already paid back their loans. I don't understand. I mean, I would be so mad if I took out $100,000 and paid it back over time, made sacrifices to pay that back, maybe held off on buying a house or getting a mortgage to pay that back. And then the next generation of people has it all forgiven. And then the argument I see being made is, well, just because you had a bad doesn't mean we have to have it bad too. You're such a boomer for that. Da, 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 da. And I've made the argument before, I think in the SVB episode or one of the previous episodes, that boomers were probably the first American generation to leave their children and offspring worse off than before. But we're going to do something even worse. I mean, the Social Security is nothing. Social Security is nothing compared to if we cancel student debt and socialized healthcare like Generation Z wants to do. And I'm extremely scared for our future and our children's future.